Hi, let's study the rounding. So we just did significance figures, so we're gonna round them now. So here again, why do you need to know them? Because getting to the correct number significance figure on the test sometime and you 1 point. So if you care about your grade and you want to get maximum possible point, we do need to care about significance figure. All right, so let's take it started. So the key to it is really simple. I believe you have done it in the math class before, right? You round it when it's like 5 or bigger versus when it's less than 5. So that's what we're looking at. So let's get started. Okay, so we're gonna do for this question purposes, we're rounding everything to 3 significant figures. So let's get started. So first thing first, I'm gonna try to figure out the number to be dropped it. Right, so then the digit to be dropped it and the digit that you want to retain. So that means first thing first, I'm gonna look for 3 significance figure only. So 1, 2, 3, that's my 3 suffix. All right, 1, 2, 3, that's my 3 suffix. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, so I'm just going around finding 3 suffix number, and then we'll get started momentarily. Okay, so these are the 3 suffix number. So what I'm now gonna do is, I am now gonna look at the digit to be dropped. Okay, the digit to be dropped right here, that's the digit to be dropped. That's the digit to be dropped, right? So that means the next number, basically. So for the purpose of this, I purposely make them so that the top one is either 5 or bigger, the bottom one is less than 5 so that we can round them. Okay, so let's try to round them. So first thing first is greater than 5, so that means we need to round it up. So then you're not gonna have 293, it's now gonna be 294. Okay, now here's a problem that come about. You can't just write 294, is because here's the thing. If you are looking at this value, it is not really 294. It is technically 29, right? 29 million, basically, right? 358,983. Okay, for example, if you have $29, and let's say I'm gonna round it up for you, I can't say it was 3, okay? If you say so, then give me $29 and I will give you $3 because you can't round this way, right? So if it's $29, we want to round it up, it has to be $30, right? Because it has to be similar in a value when you're rounding it. You can't change it drastically, right? So that's what it is. Again, $29, round it up, is not 3, it has to be 30. All right, so what does that mean? That means I now has to fill the rest of the number I drop with 0 so that the value doesn't change that much. Okay, so I'm gonna add all the zeros that I need to add. So I'm gonna say 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's see if the value makes sense. All right, so 3, 3. So you will see it's 29,400,000. This is 29,358,983. So again, similar value is still 29 million, right? It's not become all of a sudden 294. That would be really sad. All right, let's try the next one. So again, this one, the same thing is the decimal value. You can't just all of a sudden round it by ignoring all the 0 in the front. We got to rewrite it. So we're going to say 0.000. Rewrite that. 27, now no longer 6, it's gonna round up because the number is 8, 7. Okay, this case, you don't want to copy the rest of the 0, 0, 0. Don't do that because 0 at the back, at the end, if there's a decimal, they are significance. So we don't want to do that. We drop that off and that's it. That's the answer, okay? Let's try the next one. So if you think you get it, you can pause the video and you can try the rest of them and you can match it to see if yours match mine. Otherwise, continue on, right? So I would, if I were you, I would pause it and try to do this on my own first. Okay, so hopefully you have tried this. So let's continue. Let's see if your answer match. 3, 4, 9. Now again, we need to round it up, so it's not 3, 4, 9. it's gonna be 350. Okay, again, the same problem. I can't drop them off because it's not 349 or 350. It is 349,000, right? Think about it like dollar if it help you. But it's 349,000, so it should be 350,000. So, all right. Here is the little bit problem that you're gonna get. If you look at it, you might say, wait a minute, Misha, is this 3 significance figure? No, it's not. It's actually now 2 suffix, not 3 suffix. So to make it 3 suffix, you can put a little bar above this number to let, sorry, not little bar above. You're supposed to write it under. The little bar underneath the number to show that it is significance up to there, okay? Or what you would do is you would change it into the scientific notation form, which I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna explain it in the next lesson. So actually I'll explain it in the next session. So just remember that one, 350,000, and then we'll do the scientific notation in the next lesson of that, okay? So we're gonna ignore that. I'm gonna make a mark of this in my paper so that I remember to bring it back to this question. Okay, so the next one, let's do 3 suffix again. Again, I do need to keep those 00 in the front. So we're gonna say 809. So that becomes 810. In this case, you're free to leave it as is. This is the 3 suffix because there's a decimal there, which make that last zero's significance. All right, I'm just gonna run through that. Hopefully, things make sense. Again, same thing. I do need to keep the value, so I'm gonna put with 00. Okay, hopefully I got that number correct. Let's see. Next one, same thing. 760. Again, this 0 is significance. This one, 34000. Again, that 0 is not significance, but you want to make it significance. I'm just gonna mark it in the here. Otherwise, you have to write them in the scientific notation, which I'll show you in the scientific notation chapter. Okay, which is the next session. So we'll do that. All right, moving on. Oops. So you can see that the number kind of match. And then I do have scientific notations here, but we'll do that in the next session. So moving on. All right, so let's see how you do them. Rounding, multiplying, what it is. So if you're multiplying and dividing for the rounding, what you do is you look for the lowest number of significance figure. So let's take a look at them. If you need to, go ahead and pause it and try to figure out what is significance figure. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put it, this is 3. Okay. All right, so hopefully your number match mine. Now what I'm gonna do is I have to now solve this part on the calculator. Let's see what we get. Again, you are free to do that one ahead so that you can figure out. Okay. So this is what I get. Oh, I missed one letter. Okay, so this is what I get. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna round them. So the way that you're gonna round them, again, has to do with this. You have to look for the fewest number of suffix, which is right here, 2. So that means I do need to round it to the 2 suffix. So 2 significance figure rounding. So that means the usual one, you're gonna have to figure out which one is significance, and then you have to figure out which one's not. So 2 suffix, 1, 2. That means the number to be dropped is a 5. So since it's 5, we're gonna round it up. So it's not gonna be 2, right? So it's gonna be 1, 3, and then we're gonna keep the value 0, 0. All right, hopefully that makes sense, right? Okay, so let's try another one. There you go. All right, how about adding and subtracting? Adding and subtracting is a little bit strange because what you do is you have to line it up. You don't count the suffix, you count the position. So what I mean is, remember how like when you guys are younger in schools, maybe elementary, middle schools, when you add it, and subtracted, you write them and then you line up. So it's the idea is the same thing. You're gonna line them up. You're gonna line the number up, right, by the positions. Excuse my crappy handwriting on here. It is hard to write on the mouse, but we can do that. All right, okay. All right, I'm about to limit with this. So we do have to do that. And then we're gonna be adding. So again, I'm gonna try to do that on my calculator with this. Try to do it along with me instead of just plainly watching. That make it easier to learn. All right, so what I'm gonna get is this. Okay, so when you are doing this, the number that you copy up to is this. The last number of the column. So that means the number to be dropped is this, 2, which is less than 5, so we just simply chop it off. So that means the correct answer for this had become 19.3. Now, if there's a unit here somewhere, you will put the unit, but in this case, you don't have to because I don't have a unit in the questions. So that's what it is, okay? So let's move on. So here we chop it off, answer 19.3, which is what I said, right? So you gotta line them up. Okay, so I do have another questions. Go ahead and try that by yourself. Let's see if you can find it. Again, you are lining them up. Or if you don't want to line up because you're just looking at the number, what you can do is you can count the decimal. This is what I usually do. I don't want to line up because I'm doing a calculator. I just simply count the decimal. So you'll see that this is 1 decimal, there's 2 decimal, there's 2 decimal. I'm chopping them off to 1 decimal places, okay? So that's pretty much what it is. So the correct answer is 155.06. Again, like I said, I do need to chop it up to 1 decimal. So 155 point, right? The next number is 6, so therefore this become 1. So that's pretty much what you have to do, okay? So because it's a least precise instrument. So whichever is the least precise or the last decimals, that's how you do it when you're adding and subtracting. All right, so you can see here, they line up, value match. All right, so yeah. Okay, so this is what it is for the rounding and suffix. Okay, so hopefully that's helped, right?